Hello, everyone. Welcome to the lunch counter. Welcome to the lunch counter where we go out to lunch. Welcome to the lunch counter. Time to take a break from your work this Wednesday. Let's go out to lunch. Come on and go out to lunch with me. You've been working hard. Take a break. Relax your mind for a few minutes. Get away from it all. Come on out to lunch. Hey, my nurse Ashley. Ashley is going out to lunch with me today. All right, Ashley, let's head on out to lunch. And I think we're going to head over to Romans chapter 8 and 28 for lunch today. And our subject today we're going to be talking about and chewing on is it's God's plan. Stop complaining. It's God's plan. Stop complaining. So that's what we're going to be chewing on today for lunch over there in Romans 8 and 28, where he says, all things work for the good of them that love God and are called according to his purpose. All things work for your good. But we find ourselves complaining because we don't see the big picture. We find ourselves complaining because, as the Bible says, man's eyes are never satisfied. God give you this, he give you that, but we never satisfied. We always looking for more. We always got finding something to complain about. It's God's plan. Stop complaining. Over there in the book of Esther, her cousin came to her and asked her, Mordecai asked her to go to the king because there was a plan to kill all the Jews. So you need to go and talk to the king so he can stop this. She said, everybody know that it's the law that you ain't supposed to go to the king unless he asks for you. You could be killed unless he hand out his golden scepter to you. And she said, it's been 30 days and he ain't called for me. I ain't seen him or nothing. And that's when Mordecai told her, how you know you wasn't called and put in that place for such a time as this? This is God's plan. How you know that you wasn't put in to that kingdom for such a time as this? Stop complaining, Esther. This is part of God's plan. How do you know you ain't going through cancer for just a time as this? How do you know you're not going through COVID-19 for such a time as this? How do you know that what's going on in our world right now is all part of God's plan for such a time as this? How do we know God ain't humbling us, that we need calling us to pray and turn from our wicked ways and seek his face? How do we know it's not God's plan for such a time as this? We need to recognize God's plan and stop complaining and realize that all things work for the good of them that love God and are called according to his purpose. It don't feel good. It don't seem like it's good, but we got to realize that God's thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His ways are higher than our ways. So we ain't going to understand it all the time. That's why Proverbs said, lean not to your own understanding, but acknowledge God in all your ways. So it's part of God's plan. Stop complaining. Hello, Christina. Thank you for going out to lunch with us today. Today we're talking about is God's plan. Stop complaining. People do too much complaining in life today. We need to accept and lean to God and not to our own understanding. It ain't going to feel good. We ain't going to understand it. It ain't going to seem right. But how you know, like Queen Esther, you wasn't put in position for such a time as this? How do you know you wasn't put in that place for such a time as this? How do you know you ain't going through your struggle right now for such a time as this? That's true. So we got to learn to stop complaining and follow God's plan. All right. So thank y'all for going out to lunch with me today. And guess what? It's time to get back to work. All right, y'all have a blessed day, and y'all join us tonight for Bible class. Join us tonight for Bible class. And keep God first. Have a blessed day.